Store-bought backpacking gear is great, but you know what's even better? DIY handmade gear that you use in the backcountry. There's nothing more satisfying. Today, I'm gonna share with you all of the different things that I've made and I consistently use in the backcountry, with the goal of maybe inspiring you to make your own DIY gear. First up, camp shoes. So I've been on a personal quest for the last few years to find the lightest camp shoes. I make it a habit when I'm traveling around to stop at different dollar stores to see who has the cheapest and lightest camp shoes. For some reason, slippers at dollar stores, the cheaper that they are, the more lightweight that they are, which is a huge win for us backpackers. But I made these by simply standing on a sit pad, tracing my foot out, cutting it out, and then I sewed on a little piece of fabric to hold your foot in place. Now, these are a bit of a success and a failure. The success is that they're only 1 ounce. On the failure side, they don't really hold your foot in place that well. They're kind of slippery and your sock just kind of doesn't get held down to them really well. I think if I was to revise these, what I'd probably do is add a little heel strap that kind of holds everything in place and they'd be much better. But super easy to do yourself, very satisfying to use out on the trail. You'll definitely get a lot of comments from people. I want to move on to an entire category of like 4 things that I've made in the 3D printed category. If you don't have a 3D printer, definitely check it out. It's a really cool hobby. It's not only useful for backpacking and camping stuff, but for just all kinds of things around the house. I 3D printed so many different things to either fix something or improve a design on something. It's really fun. For backpacking gear, you can think up of things and print them out. You can also get on a website called thingiverse.com, and there's like tons of backpacking little gadgets and items and things that you can print out. You can download the printing files for free and then just print it out either on your own 3D printer, or oftentimes your library will have a 3D printer that you can either use for free or for a small cost. So just as a disclaimer, I sell these on Etsy. Very popular item, my tent stake pushers. So these are designed for MSR groundhogs. And instead of either stepping on the stake or even worse, hammering it in with a rock, you can slip the pusher on the end of the stake and then just push it in with the palm. And that's so much easier. You have so much more control and you can really power it into the ground a lot easier. So I make also like 6 or 7 different pushers for different brands, and a lot of the popular ultralight brands is the ones that I make for. And these are also extremely lightweight. They work really well. So definitely check out my Etsy shop. Another thing I sell on Etsy is a pusher for my Deuce Ultralight Trowel. This thing perhaps needs a pusher even more than the tent stake, because without this pusher on the end of the trowel, this is just a really razor thin piece of aluminum. If you're trying to push against that to dig into the ground, it can really mar up your hands. So to have that little bit of extra width on the end of this really helps when you're digging those cat holes. Another 3D printed item that I have here is my DIY Monopod. And then I 3D printed a ring that fits the lower rung of my trekking pole. And I epoxied the bolt in. And this bolt fits the kind of standard like tripod mount. So I picked up one of these phone holders from a dollar store. And this can either mount on like this, hold it out and do selfies. So talking head videos or any kind of selfie shots. Or you can mount it this way and you can lean your trekking pole up against a tree or a rock or something. You can do time lapses, you can do group shots. The last thing in the 3D printed category is my light hanger. So this is just simply a hanger that hangs my Black Diamond Astro up on the top of my tent so I can get a nice flood of light. And again, this was just designed using free software I used Tinkercad, which I'll link below. And it's such a small piece, it really only takes like, 5 or 10 minutes to print out. My pot cozy. This thing is awesome, especially in the winter time. So I've done tests where I put boiling water into my pot and I see how long it stays hot. With the cozy on, it definitely, you can see like very clearly that the liquid will stay hotter for way longer. And this thing is super easy to make. So you can pick up either on Amazon or at a craft store this insulating reflective foam. And this stuff is really easy to work with. You just kind of trace out the bottom of your pot. Everyone has a sort of a different size pot. Trace out the bottom of yours, cut that out, then cut enough for the sides. Make sure you leave a spot for the handle. And also you can use like reflective ducting tape to tape everything together, and that way it kind of all blends in together. It makes it look really nice. And I know everyone out there can make this. I want to talk about Dyneema. So Dyneema is one of my favorite fabrics. Dyneema is like the strongest and toughest fabric in the world. You guys are probably all used to it. It costs a ton. So you can get entire rolls of Dyneema and sheets of Dyneema from a company called Ripstop by the Roll based in North Carolina. And I've been doing business with Ripstop by the Roll for a while now, and I will buy entire sheets of Dyneema and then I'll make things on my sewing machine like this tent stake sack. And I've made kind of like a ditty bag here. And I've also made my ultralight umbrella cover. And this material is amazing because it's not only waterproof, but it's also extremely durable. And it just looks cool, like has a really neat feel and look to it. I really like working with Dyneema. The great thing about Dyneema is that it's so easy to work with. You can just crease it and fold it like paper and then sew really easy on it. I have just a regular home sewing machine, and I've been able to make so many different things with the Dyneema. Really easy to work with, and doesn't require a lot of sewing knowledge at all. Just pick up some basic skills on YouTube about basic stitches for sewing, and you will be off running. You can also get kits from Ripstop by the Roll. This one was actually a kit where they had pre-cut everything for you, and they provide nice step-by-step tutorial of how to sew this together. And I've been using this thing for years now. Never had a problem. It holds up great. Also, another plug for my Etsy shop. I do sell these on Etsy as well. So check that out on Etsy. I have 2 different sizes of these tent stake sacks. The last 2 things I want to share are more sewing projects. So the first one is my envelope pillow. So this one is designed to just stuff, like your jacket, socks, anything that's soft into it, and then you've got a nice pillow. This is a bit of a luxury item. A lot of people say, why don't you just use a stuff sack? I don't like the texture and the feel of the stuff sack against my face. But this being cotton is just like we're used to with our regular, pillowcases. So I much prefer using this. It doesn't add a lot of weight and super easy to make yourself. You can go buy fabric from Walmart for like next to nothing, just a couple of bucks. I'll link a video below that shows how to make the envelope pillow. Now, the next item is like my premium DIY item that I'm so excited about. And I love looking at it, wearing it, using it, and talking about it. This is my Mountain Flyer backpack. It's an ultralight backpack. I think it's 40 liters. And I followed a course that I got from a guy named Stephen Jones. His company is called Bag Buff. And I was able to make this entire pack. And this thing is made out of X-Pack, which is like sailcloth, and then it has some mesh netting here for the pockets. But I love this pack and I use it all the time, mainly for like day hiking and stuff. I haven't brought it on an overnight trip yet, but I have plans on bringing it on like an extreme ultralight trip that I want to do this summer that I'm thinking about. But this pack, whenever I look at it, I'm always like, I made that, and that's pretty amazing because I don't have any special sewing skills or anything like that. I just followed Steven's really easy to follow step by step tutorials and I was able to make this bag. The cool thing is you can swap out fabrics, colors, materials, and you can really get a custom bag. Super durable too. I also use this to ride my bike up to the grocery store and I load it up with groceries every week. And it's probably had, oh gosh, 50 pounds in it before, and this thing is just like a champ. It doesn't have any problem at all. So check out Bag Buff. I'll leave a link in the description for that too. All right, so these are my DIY pieces of gear. I'm just looking around to make sure I didn't forget anything. I use these pretty much on every trip. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the satisfaction of using your own gear, even if it's just, something that you 3D printed, maybe you didn't design it, but you just 3D printed it. That is amazing. And it feels really good to do out on the trail. It just feels like you're being a little bit more self-sufficient out there. Well, I hope you guys learned something. And what have you guys made? Leave it in the comments. Leave a link. What have you made? What do you want to make? What do you think you could improve? And let's discuss it down in the comments. All right, guys, that's it. And I will see you next time.